Good evening, anyone and everyone. I am here back in Edenvale, and I've got a couple of mods installed now. We've got Traffic Manager, President Edition, and we've got the Move It mod. Went ahead and got those, just so I can maybe do a little better control or fine-tuning of some of the stuff in the city. So on my last stream, I did kind of a combination of both recording the video while I was streaming it at the same time, and I'm not sure why, but I'm definitely getting a loss of quality when I just do a plain stream and let YouTube put it up onto the web, YouTube put it onto YouTube. So I'm gonna start both when I stream. I'm gonna start also recording at the same time, and I'm gonna probably go ahead and upload video, like a edited version of the stream footage as a video instead, just so that that footage is up there rather than just letting the raw stream footage sit up. Or maybe I'll do both, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely noticing that my recordings have a better quality than just the pure streaming does for some reason, at least in the audio. But anyway, so we're back here in Edenvale. I went ahead and popped open the save file in between recordings, and I kind of did some planning, as you can sort of see from all my little post-it notes, as I like to call them. And they're all just districts. I just made a bunch of various districts and then renamed them to kind of give me reminders, like there's this land down here is agricultural land, so there's a note there. There's oil under the ground in this area, so there's the note here, let me know oil's up here. Planned out this area over here because we do have a lot of ore that we can extract, and then once the ore has been used up, we can convert this area to the forestry industry instead. Anyway, but I went through and I just sort of kind of planned out what I think I want to do with Edenvale. None of it is definitively locked in to be exactly what we're going to be doing. There, can of course be changes at any time, but this at least will give me kind of an idea of where to head instead of just kind of wandering around, and just kind of doing whatever I feel like doing in the moment. Anyway, but over here, I'm thinking that this is mostly going to be industrial focused, as I've said before. And so I figured we might have a trade school university over here, actually, although we could also have it over here. Regular university down here, maybe, in this part of town. An arts university over here in Strawberry City, which I'm feeling like Strawberry City is going to, maybe I'm going to make that more green focused. But anyway, what I want to do right now is actually come over here to our industrial area, and since we've already got a pretty good demand for residential, semi-decent demand for commercial, and a little bit of a demand for the industry, I want to try to flesh out this area a little bit. A couple of things I also did over in between recordings was I fixed the train tracks down here, and I went ahead and switched Strawberry City Park to be down to 0 because I didn't actually want to be charging anybody to walk into that park to begin with. That's just supposed to be kind of a free city park for people to walk around in. Anyway, so over here, I do think that I want to get at least a cargo airport, if not a full-on airport in this little area. But since the cargo airport doesn't unlock until much later in the game, I think we need a population of like, I don't know, 55,000, 65,000, something like that on this map anyway, because the populations vary depending on what map you're on. But let's just take a look. I have to get up to like Metropolis. Yeah, on this map, Metropolis is at 55,000, which is where I then get the cargo airport and the regular airport. So it's going to be a little while until I'm able to do that. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and just redo some of these roads in Real Road. upgrade. And I may actually change some of the layout here from what I did last time. As you can see over here, I've got this area kind of marked out for industry. I moved the harbor area over to here because I'm thinking this part... Let me actually turn the roads off so it's not doing that clanky noise. I'm thinking this part may actually turn into low-rise mixed office and commercial. Low-rise just meaning I'm going to try to avoid having any large skyscrapers in this general area. Maybe some skyscrapers down here, but if we're going to have any kind of an air transport into the future, I want to keep the height of the buildings under control for the planes. I know the game doesn't actually need you to do that, but I like doing it for a little bit of realism. So, let's get back into our roads. I want to use regular roads for over here. We may wind up building the cargo airport later on, but I think for now, we're going to turn this area just into some residential, and it's going to be fairly compact residential. So I want to go out 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, good. Yeah, right to about there. That's probably about as far out as I want to go. That is going to put those people real close to the highway, but this isn't exactly going to be the nicest neighborhood in the universe. So, and then let's see. Actually, I want the marquee tool because I want to kind of plan this out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll have about 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 12 wide, and then a road. So I want to go ahead and very methodically put these in to plan out where I want my roads to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one will be 9 in size, which is fine. I may do something different with that end of the block. If you notice from back, where is it? Back over here, you notice I do kind of like to end the blocks off where they're in a slightly different shape as opposed to the rest of it, just for a little bit of variation. So my little, what I call my end of block areas, which is what this is going to turn into, I like them to be just a little more unique compared to the rest of the neighborhood. Alright. Now that is not very flat or straight or anything. And there's a part of me that actually wants to kind of see what would happen if I were to flatten out this entire area using the Move It mod and make this the same height as this and this the same height as this. There's a part of me that is kind of curious what would happen there, but at the same time, I didn't install the Undo mod, which I think I need to get, because I was playing around with the Move It mod, and I was playing around with the Traffic Manager mod a little bit, just trying to learn them and get used to them, see how they work. And I think the Undo mod may very well wind up being my friend. Go ahead and bring... Whoops. I always forget I can't do that. I can't just drag the road all the way down. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Just something I have to get used to in this game. Okay, you go there. And now... Do I actually want to stub out that road, or do I want to just go straight diagonal down to here? If I do that, we can have some frontage along the river, which for the time being would be fine, I think, for housing. But since all of this may very well wind up being converted into some other use later on, yeah, I'm okay with that. Does that give me full... No, there's a few bits that don't give me the full grid, but that's all right. Actually, I haven't used landscaping that much at all. level terrain. Let me see what happens here. And our topography is not that great in this area. But let me see. If I use the Move It mod, I turn on grid, and I go back to this. No, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't give me any additional grids any more than what this does anyway. So let's just see. My soil availability, okay. Because I don't think I've done landscaping at all. Oh, what is this thing doing? Oh, I must already have a target height preset. Okay, so there, I right click to get to the target height. I must have already had a target height. I'm still used to some of the older games where you click on whatever height you want it to go to and then hold down, and as you drag it simply goes to that particular height. Is there a way for me to make this stronger? Yes, there is. Brush strength, because I feel like I'm taking way too long. So let me make sure I set it to the right height. There we go, that's better. And let's just go ahead and level out. Let's see. Well, because that... Oh yeah, that road dips down like that. Okay, so... Let's give the Move It mod a try. Now, let's see if I can remember how to do this right. So if I click here on this node, and then I go up... No, it's not this node I want to change. That's the node that I like. So I click on this node, hold shift and click on that node, hold shift, click on that node, hold shift, click on that node, and then I go down here and I go over to object height, and I choose for the object height the object that is this node. Oh dear. Yeah, that really cuts in there, doesn't it? Okay, that's because I shouldn't have done it with this one. Alright, well, slope objects, I think will fix this. So this node, this node, this node, and actually this node, which is going to more or less undo a lot of the stuff I already did, but slope objects. Okay, that makes that more gentle. Alright, so I just want to kind of soften all of this. Can I have my grid back? Oh, I guess, okay, so the Move It mod did actually, okay, so okay, so I guess the Move It mod is helping me there with the grid. Alright, good. And just go ahead and kind of level all this terrain a little bit. Now we're getting, okay, so now we're getting over here to this issue where we're going up. So over here I do need a slope, so let me give this a try. I think it's right click, let's see, click with the secondary button to set slope location, then click with primary button and drag to adjust. Let's click about here, and then click down here. Yeah, that gives us a fairly decent little slope. Okay, and then if I soften this, what happens? Okay, good. So there's our first little bit of terraforming. Hooray! Down here, I think this would make a good little... Well, actually, no. I was going to turn all this into commercial, but I don't really like it when I've got commercial all in one little section. I prefer to intermingle them. So, let's actually turn this into commercial, and just have a few little nodes of it intermittently throughout this neighborhood. That way we can have some little local shops and things. These roads, I think it's fine to go ahead and build in front of where these roads end and where these roads end, because I don't think, at least right now in the immediate future, I'm going to have any reason to pull the roads out, so I don't need to preserve right-of-way there. And I think down here I will have a slightly larger piece of commercial. go ahead and stick residential in this area. And I think we'll save this area over here for some... Let's get this zone residential. And then this area inside of here I'm going to reserve for some of the civic uses. So let's go ahead and upgrade the rest of these. Go ahead and do all of those like that. And over here, we'll put in some commercial uses next to the main road. First of all, I suppose while I'm thinking about it, I should go ahead and get water over here. So we're going to need to plumb out a pretty good way. Let's start right here. Alright, that'll get us plumbed over to here. There we go. I'll just go ahead and run this underneath the highway. Oh, I want my plumbing under the road, please. Eventually need connections over here, so I'll just go ahead and anticipate that and just loop the plumbing around. There we go. Now, where's our water at? Okay, we're definitely gonna need some more water. I haven't really used water towers yet. Oh, they're noisy little things, aren't they? Alright, well, we don't want those near our houses then. Does this need road access? Provides water source for areas that do not allow a water pumping station to be built. If a water tower is built on polluted soil, the water will get contaminated. Oh, a water tower requires a water drain pipe to work properly. Road connection not required. Okay, so this is going to be our residential area. Excuse me, this is going to be our industrial area for the most part. Yeah, I am thinking no to the water tower instead, because even if I put it here, we're likely to see spillover from pollution, because I really am looking at a lot of industry in this area and a lot of industry out here. So looks like my plans for the water tower have gotten flushed away. Let's see, 120,000 cubic meters a week. What's the cost per week for this thing? 200. Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, let's just go ahead and build 2 more. Probably overkill, but that is fine. Since we're going to have industry over here anyway, I got coal, got oil, got hydropower if I wanted to go through a dam project, geothermal power plant, solar updraft. Solar updraft is 240 megawatts, geothermal is 80. The solar updraft produces a lot more power, but it's also a lot bigger. But yeah, I think we can fit that in over here, and that'll really boost up our power production. So let's go ahead upgrade these roads, and over here I'm going to go ahead and demolish that. I'm going to get rid of this little post-it. Alright, good. And let's go ahead and build our overpass. Let's see now. Page up, page up, page up. It is page up that does that, right? Oh! Yes, but page up doesn't work when you're holding it over a node. Okay. Alright, so let's get back down to... No, get away from the node. Home. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, is that doing enough? Let's do 4 just to try to make sure it's big enough. Put that little overpass there. Go over to about here. I'm still on straight road, so let's go to freeform. Hopefully that doesn't reset my height. And right about, I want to say about there. a little more room over here, so I could actually make this slope a little more gentle. Yeah, let's do that. Have a nice gentle slope there, and I guess I should have a nice gentle slope over here too. Oh, no, don't go underground. There we go. Alright, now we have an overpass there. And the main reason I want an overpass here is because with our municipal service plaza over here, I think we're going to have, like, garbage trucks and things coming out of here, possibly even have another bus depot over here. I don't know that we actually need another bus depot, but I would imagine if we had more than one, if we can have more than one, yeah, it looks like we can have more than one, that based on where the route is, the game will choose the closest bus depot from which to dispatch new buses. And so if we build any bus lines over here that just serve this area, and we have a bus depot in here, I hope the game would choose the closer bus depot to spit the buses out from. And so for basically any of our city vehicles, I just wanted to go right over this overpass. I was originally thinking overpass in last episode because since I knew I wanted industry over here, I wanted the road traffic from all the trucks to not interfere with the up-down traffic. I'll leave the train at an at-grade crossing until I start utilizing it more. Now over here, I think I will freestyle this. And right about there, and then just, ooh, no. Yes, right about to there. Let's go straight back to being straight. This game has the hardest time, on occasion, figuring out what it wants to do. Anyway. Let me see. If I cannot upgrade to this type, probably means that it doesn't actually change the way the bridge looks. 2-lane cycling road? Let's see. Will this change the way the bridge looks? That does change the way the bridge looks. I don't know if putting that as a bike lane road would be the safest thing in the universe, but I do prefer the way that the bridge looks on this one, and I think having a bike path over that would be good for people. I'm probably going to upgrade some of these to bike paths anyway. Alright, so over here, let's go and just upgrade this road and leave the rest how they are. Now we're going to need some of our services over here, so let's see, fire station. Let's get a fire department. How does that do? So the fire department put in right there. Let's get our police department put in across the street or over here. I don't know why, but I don't like it when the fire department and the police department are like right next to one another. I don't know, for some reason for me it just seems strange. Oh, that's right, I've got prisons now too, thanks to the After Dark DLC, I believe. Okay, so that's our fire, that's our police. We're gonna need to put in probably a hospital, even though I'm planning on keeping the residents over here in low density. There's probably gonna be enough need for a full-on hospital. And I've made all these blocks too short to fit a hospital in long ways. And they're just one tile too wide to fit the hospital in like that. Oh, heavens. That is such a slope. Let me actually see about moving that. What if we put it over here? Oh, and that would give it 4 on each side, too. Not wonderful, but I think slightly better, perhaps. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, let's show an upgrade. Those to regular roads, since we're now using this area. Make sure that I didn't... Okay, I did stub that one out with water. What else do we need under... Oh, am I starting to run low on money? I am starting to run low on money. Alright. Health, fire, and police are the really important ones over here. We do need... As much as I like using the community school and the Institute of Creative Arts, I think over here I am going to go ahead and switch over to just a plain old ordinary elementary school, which we'll put in right there, and a plain old regular high school, which we'll have down here also as part of this little section. That doesn't give coverage all the way out to there. You know what, that's fine. Because, yeah, I want the high school right there. And since it is lacking on coverage a little bit over here, let's... no. Let's leave that blue. But let's change some of this. And we'll actually turn this into commercial and leave that blank and maybe put in a small park over here. Yeah, I like that idea. Alright. So we've got our schools, our police, our fire, our healthcare, all of the bare minimum necessities. The one thing that I know I'm missing is going to be power. Solar updraft 90,000. 49. Alright, so I did, again, one other thing I did when I was in between recordings and checking out the mods and sort of planning myself out, I went ahead and I paid off the global credit loan a second time, and I'll go ahead and just take this. Actually, I'm going to take both of these out now, just to give plenty of money to play with, since I'm going to need 90,000 for that one. Now let me see where I want to put this. I do not want to include this building, or really any... I wouldn't put any kind of power services in my municipal service plaza. I don't know. This thing generates power by heating the air that's down there at the bottom around the base of the tower, and then that causes an updraft. And so you'd want to be able to control the concentration of that heat. Water has natural properties that dissipate thermal energy, so water absorbs heat very, very well, just a natural property of water. So no, I guess near the river wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I think I'll put it right here. It's still near the rivers, of course, but it's mostly inland. Alright, so there is our power plant. Now, just because I am starting to get low on money, I am going to stub out some of the rest of this with dirt roads. Where is... That goes right through the power plant, yes. This does not. Okay, so right here. Yes, okay, good. We'll have some denser industry over here. And then it's basically going to be industry all the way down. But I don't actually want to have anything on this main road coming through, because the industrial traffic is really heavy when you have it. So I want to build this out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, good. That's what I want. I want 5 out. And then I will go through and zone this in, leaving the road untouched. Good. And we'll have it like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Come back, my little dirt road, wherever you went. Oh, there you are. You're already selected. See, right about there. Okay, hold on. Let's just get this thing built out. Oh, I bet all my snap 2s are off, aren't they? No, they're all on. It's just... it doesn't seem to know what I want it to do. Okay. Now it's getting an idea. Alright. No, come on. No. Right there. That's more than likely going to change in the future anyway, so it's fine for now. Assuming that I can, in fact, upgrade this without space already occupied. Okay, so no, I can't. Alright, well, we will just pull that back a bit then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, actually, we'll build road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think 12 would be a good one over here as well for our blocks. So, let me actually build this with the regular road, just to make sure I'm getting as close as I can, but not too close. Upgrade that piece. There we go, I'll just have it go like that. Alright, now, back to our dirt road again. Let's actually go back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know I was going to do that, but at least this makes it easier. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, good. Get that industry back in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go ahead and do it this way so it's a little bit easier. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and somewhere in here we're going to have the odd-shaped one. Because I knew there was going to be an odd-shaped one, I just wanted to make sure it was more towards the middle. So, 1, 2, 3, so here. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, this one's bigger. I would have bet that it would have been smaller. Oop. Alright. Now let's get these roads back. Alright, we're getting down to almost under 30,000 again. So, I think that's enough building. I need to actually let the game run for a little bit. First, go ahead and get all of this zoned. Oh, almost. Oh, well, I can't actually do it over there, can I? I can, however, zone that little piece, and it'll be fine. zone in over here too. I'll leave a little bit of room next to the railroad. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. So I'm not going to worry about connecting power between this system and this system just yet, but I do want to make sure that power is communicating throughout our zoned areas. So it's not, yeah, it's just one. It's just these two. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to work. Okay. And I need power going across the overpass. So right there, and then... Oh, it's too tall. That is to say the overpass is too tall. Alright. Then... I'll have it run from right here up to right there. And hopefully that will have them connect. I may have to finagle this a little bit, I'm not quite sure. But let's go ahead and see what happens. Citizens rejoice in the opening ceremony of the new hospital. Okay. Healthcare for the win! So let's see what happens. Our first development does occur around the elementary school. And if I go ahead and speed this up, hopefully we will get enough development. Since I do have enough money now, I can go ahead. And actually, I haven't been using my industry roads. We've got them, we may as well use them. Industry roads are noisier than regular roads, but they are also cheaper to maintain than regular roads. Although, to be honest, the main reason I like using industry roads in industry areas is simply because they're there. It kind of, I feel like it fits thematically into the industrial centers if you have these special roads built in there. I'll go ahead and let the game keep running. Alright, and let's go ahead and build out around here. Okay. No power, no power. Everybody's complaining, no power. I know. I just need... I've got people over here. I just need the industry to move in. Oh, it looks like industry is not wanting to move in, like I was hoping it would. Alright. I think I can kind of... it's only 8, and it's not going to be enough. Oh, there actually is some high wind force over here. Oh, it's the only thing I don't like about these power lines is that if I build them in, it's going to cause residents to build their houses in funny ways. I guess I can avoid that by specifically dezoning this section here. I can dezone half of these, which will mean that only half of them will develop, but it'll prevent like some kind of odd, weird shaped lots from forming. So we'll drag you over here, and then ironically, it looks like you actually need to be pulled up to... Or here, let's bulldoze this last one. And then here we'll make an easier connection, I think. Okay, so that power is all connected. And then over here, we'll just loop around the grid. There we go. That is going to leave this area unconnected, though, but I don't have this zone for anything, so we can... Alright, there we are. What I would really like, this probably already exists as a mod or something, but what I would really like is some kind of like a small wooden power line that would simply allow you to, for example, once you zone in an area, you could like put a little wooden power line across the roads, or maybe make a little minor grid network, almost like how you have the water pipes, but instead of whereas the water pipes always go under the roads, you could have little wooden power lines that specifically, go over the roads or across the roads next to them or something. But as the lots build in, those power lines just automatically get removed or replaced, since the houses carry, or any developed building, I should say, carry power from one another to one another. But yeah, there we go. We finally have our power issue resolved. And oh, we have our first industry, a box factory. Wonderful. And here it comes. All the wonderful, polluting, smoggy glory. Now I'm also curious, how does that reflect in our power gen? So our electricity consumption, electricity production. Okay, so it does still treat it as though... It treats our grids as though they were one thing when it comes to power generation. But of course, if this grid's production was to fall behind this grid's consumption, you'd start seeing power outages over here until we connected these two grids together. I'm assuming. Ah, well, if power is anything like sewage, then the assumption is correct. Because I forgot to expand our sewage treatment. Let's see, what am I using over here? Are these the eco? No, these are just the regular inland water treatment plants. Which, I've got to wonder, if I'm pulling in 10 grand a week, drain capacity 60,000 cubic meters. Oh, okay, so the inland water treatment plant is twice as efficient as the eco-friendly alternative to inland water treatment plant, which extends water services. The building processes and drains the wastewater back into the ground, and the plant surroundings will be affected by ground pollution. Pollution 45, noise 10. This one, pollution 100, noise 10. Well, I actually do want to go ahead. No, I guess it always just considers anything you're building under the water menu to be underground, even for the facilities, which makes sense. So let's actually go ahead and just destroy these two. And we'll replace them with the eco, just because it is more environmentally conscious. Alright, so we're going to need more than what we had. That is technically a redundant power line, right? Yes. That's redundancy, because we've got this one here, but then we've also got this one up here. So I will not feel bad about smashing it to smithereens. I don't, however, want to destroy... Well... Actually, I guess... Based on the size and how I can fit all these in and the total number I'm going to need, I will actually go ahead and demolish that one industry. I'm sorry, Mr. Industry. Oh, it's just a little too tight. That's okay. That is still a dirt road anyway. Oh, no, not upgrading. Build that out to there. Put in our another eco. If that one goes up to there, it's going to go right through where that one's going to be, but it would also leave several spaces either side. So no, we'll put one more right there. I am making the landscaping utterly crazy. Oh well. So let's build this out a little farther. Go back and we'll just do this. Space already occupied by what? Oh, of course, because it's right next to that pre-existing node. So I will just kind of freeform this a bit. Yeah, there we go. Not perfect, but it'll work. And it'll give me the ability to kind of have the sewage treatment plants be slightly more symmetrical. Now, I've got 4 here that replace the 2 I destroyed. And then we'll put in 2 more, if it'll fit. Will it fit? Oh no, because that's curved. But we can fit them in right here. Slope too steep. Phooey. I don't want to do a bunch of terraforming. So, still slope too steep. Well, I guess we'll have to go with effectively 1.5 of the efficiency of the inland water treatment. But we will at least be polluting less. Now let's get all these hooked up. A little bit of redundancy there. Alright, now, actually hold on before I go away. Let's let them all turn on. And yeah, our sewage treatment is up and running. Is that really? Oh, it's just barely out of the... Here. There you go. There's our redundancy again. Alright, so let's go ahead and let this fill in a bit. What was that? Oh, probably them leveling up or something. Alright. Now, while that builds in, let me see kind of what I want to do over here. So we've got, over here, I decided to call this, because it's part of this larger geographic feature, I decided to call this Eden's Ridge, and I figure we'll eventually have a nature reserve up here, since so much of the rest of this is going to be for predominantly industrial use. You know, we want to do something for the ecology of the area. Over here, I decided this would we would call Mount Edenvale. Again, want to make a nature reserve. Same reason, just to try to kind of offset and counterbalance the massive industry that's going to be plopped in down here. I do still need to get this nature reserve put in. Over here with Strawberry City, I'm thinking I'm going to probably go through and redo all of this and aim this area, this region of the city, as being more of the... excuse me a second while I see why this... Oh, I know why this was abandoned. This was abandoned because of education, wasn't it? Yes, worker education was too low. It was probably a pharmacy. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Alright. Now, what I want to do is have this area be a part of the... Let me find them. The organic and local produce for the commerce. So I think some of this is going to be organic and local produce. Because there is agricultural land here that originally I just sort of ignored, and I was thinking that I wasn't really going to use the agricultural land. Turn the districts off so you can see it better. See all the agricultural land underneath here? But I got to thinking, if this is going to be the organic and local produce area, then I could do something here where we've got farmland and farms being used for industry, and then basically going straight into the organic and local produce. Alright, are our fire trucks going to show up? Please tell me we have fire trucks showing up. We have our fire department. Fire engines in use. No, 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 it's not. Please tell me it's not. That's a bus. That's a police car. A plane. That's a police car. Here is the... Why? Why are you sending... It's because you, when the game looks at this, it must be looking as the crow flies. It's looking in a straight line at this is the fire, this is the firehouse, and so, yeah, it thinks the Adam Street firehouse is the closest one. Because of course the game isn't going to, the game is not going to think that I'm going to avoid putting a bridge over here because I want to prioritize the traffic utilizing the highway network, which is, the highway is designed to have higher traffic. I would much rather have these people, driving along the highway, making use of the highway, rather than having them all try to pile through some little tiny, regular road. You know, that, putting in a plain old bridge like this, I don't want everybody trying to crowd that sort of a bridge. I just motioned at the screen as if you could see me. But I don't want people crowding like one or two regular bridges that I put over this river instead of using, the highway like normal, intelligent people would. But okay, that explains what's going on over here. Alright, well, on the bright side, I don't have natural disasters as a DLC that is in use, so the fires as an entity should not be receiving any help from the computer programming. No, no, where are you guys going now? This is actually another reason why I do want to redo this. As much as I like the idea of creating like a little suburbia area over here, it just does not, the way I did it anyway, just doesn't really flow into the way the game processes the information. Let's see, yeah, and that's still from the Adam Street Firehouse. So the Adam Street Firehouse must have deployed two trucks to take care of these two houses, and then because this house caught on fire later, it then deployed a third. That's a little funny. I would have thought that after the two trucks that were already here got done with these houses, if they were closer, they would just go over to this one. But again, the game just must not simulate things that way. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of that. I know the game will eventually take care of those itself, but it's fine. I notice our money is back up, so let's go ahead and just pay out our loans. I like to keep these paid off if I can, just so that they work as a bit of mad money. I consider these loans to be more like savings than I do actual loans. That way, if I'm ever doing something like I was doing over here, and I suddenly discover, hey, we need more money to finish the project, oh dear. Is water really that bad? Oh no! Oh no, it was the one place I wasn't thinking I was gonna have anything built. I was sitting there thinking, we couldn't possibly have used up all the water. I put down 2 of these things, and it was because of this. Oh dear. Oh well. Sorry about that. Although, now that's a really interesting way that it designed all that. Yeah, those didn't build out. Here, let's actually get rid of all of that, and then see what pops back in now that there's water. Because I still have commercial development. What are these, anyway? General store. Does it have a name on it? Sally's. Oh, Sally's General Store. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That seems more realistic. And then maybe another one of those itty-bitty ones that I destroyed will pop in right there. Hey, it's the Jubilee from that crazy Mars radio commercial. So that's what it looks like. That is the look of speed. That doesn't look very aerodynamic. Anyway. So our industry is more or less filled out. It's slowly building back up. Looks like our residential over here is doing pretty good since it's now filled out. Let's go ahead and get rid of the power lines there. We can even get rid of the power lines here, I think. Let's be paranoid and just make sure it's touching the blue. And now let's go ahead and get in that. Let's go ahead and get in... Oh, you know, I should have planned this out a little better. Because I've got that one city park that I've never been able to fit in. It's not the small park. Oh, but the small park is perfect. Ooh. Thank you, serendipity. But it was actually the, not the large playground. Park with trees. Small playground. I guess it's the park with trees I'm thinking of. Yeah, I was actually thinking of this great big park. It would have been nice to have this one down there at the end. But I have been wanting to try to get the small park in somewhere, and this works out quite well. So there we go. And that'll make all of our people over here happier. Alright. Now, as long as I've got these districts created, let's make use of them right quick. So... Cargo's Landing is what we're going to call this district. Just because it'll help remind me of what I want to eventually do with this area. I do need to modify the shape of this district, though, just a little bit. Let me actually get rid of this. Let's modify. So we need to pull it out to this road. That's good. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'll have it encompass this area too. There we go. Now we'll get our nice big brush and just... Oh, really? Okay, Cargo's Landing, not Primrose Hills. We'll blop in this area. I guess I'll have to kind of fine-tune it a little bit. Make sure all this is covered, all this zoning, the riverfront. We can actually cut this back a little bit. Oops, come on. Misclicked there. We can clear it away from the highway a bit. Not that being too close to the highway is any kind of real big issue or anything, but... Alright. So this will be the area of town that we call Cargo's Landing. Let's go ahead and grab this little bit here too. Good, and I'll even pull out to there. And in here, the policies I want to enact. Power usage, water usage, smoke detector, no. Pet ban, recycling. What does recycling do? Slightly reduces carbon content, slightly reduces... Yeah, they can recycle, why not? Parks, recreation, the envy of the country. Moderately increases land value around parks and plaza. I don't care about land value being increased over here. I do not want educational boost. Over here I am actually going to say free public transit. Schools out. This is the main one I wanted to have. This is where the citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion of the eligible citizens will go to study in university. Now, you notice there about the studying in the university part, you do still need high school and elementary school. You do still need to teach them as children and teens. It's just that the young adults and the adults will not seek out universities for their extended adult education. And I want them to prefer going and finding work, just because this is going to be the area of the town that is focusing on industry. Harsh prison sentences. Sentences are twice as long as usual, and the harsh verdicts keep the worst felons off the streets for longer. Interesting. Prefer ferries. High ticket prices. No, we've got free public transport. Educational blimps. Recycle plastic. Yeah. I think recycling would be good for over here. Just because I kind of like the idea of this industrial area with possibly more low-income workers, maybe, but I like the idea of having this little community exist under the mindset of efficiency and reusing resources in their own industries. For profit education, no. Automated sorting, I think that's for mail, yes. Free Wi-Fi. Let's do free Wi-Fi in this area. Park maintenance boost. Park maintenance services in the area does double shifts, costing more money, but tending parks more efficiently. Okay, I think I'm going to say yes to that. It won't do anything just yet. Tourists in the area choose to visit parks more often than unique buildings. Okay, that's not for... this place isn't for tourism. City offers fishing licenses to citizens in exchange for a small amount of money. Increases all residential tax income by 5%. Really? Reduces citizen happiness and increases crime by 5%. Ugh. For fishing licenses? Well, I guess the crime that it's increasing is people fishing illegally. What is book fair? Public libraries organize a book fair. Increase happiness entertainment within the public library's radius. Public library upkeep increases by 100%. Maybe. I'll have to think about that. But this park maintenance thing, that means we actually would need a park maintenance building over here. Now, let me actually take a look at this right quick. Park maintenance building is a facility where the park maintenance vehicles are stored and maintained. The park maintenance vehicles travel around the city to boost the parks, increasing their entertainment value and radius. So does that include regular parks or just the specialty ones, like the actual city parks, amusement, zoo, or will that also work on plain old ordinary parks? Okay, anyway, let's go ahead, and I'll actually have to extend where Cargo's Landing is. But yeah, let's put a park maintenance building over here, and it'll be the first bit of our municipal service plaza. Yeah, I think like that. Let's do it like that. So, I'll need a little bit more... Oh good, no, that connects power like that. Which means... get rid of those, get rid of that, and then just extend this over to here. Good. I'll leave the rest of the power lines the way they are. Alright. Now... Oh, wait. Our district. And now let us go ahead and include this park maintenance building inside of Cargo's Landing. And I'll expand my municipal service post-it district. Reminder like this. And I'm not doing anything with the industry area yet, because really this district was just there as a way for me to remember what I was doing and what I was planning. Does our hospital have power? It does. Okay, good. Good. Maintenance trucks in you. Well, it hasn't really... let's play the simulation. Speed it up, actually. So because that's part of Cargo's Landing, we'll have it with the park maintenance boost. Looks like it is. It's got 9 in use. Where are these headed? Well, looks like some of them are headed out of town. Well, out of this area of town, anyway. find one of those trucks so I know what they look like. Wait. Oh, they've got a kayak or a canoe or whatever you want to call that on top of them. Okay. Driving to basketball court. Okay, so they do plaza with picnic tables. Okay, good. They do go for the plain old regular parks. And it's not just the ones in their district, apparently. But that does mean that our small park over here, which we can call... I'm not sure what I want to call it. I don't want to just call it Cargo's Landing Park. Let's call it Fair Landing Plaza. There we go. Alright. Okay, and what I was trying to say earlier when I noticed that the, what was it, was it the sewage or something went haywire over here and distracted me. But what I was trying to say about Strawberry City is I want to give them the organic and local produce. I want to combine that with the fact that they have this natural agricultural land under here and see if I can't create kind of a unique feeling little, not neighborhood, but I guess a sub-community that kind of has its own farms surrounded by houses that send their produce to the local commercial offices. I want to have the residents have the self-sufficient buildings, and then maybe down here where we have this waterfront and commercial office area, we can work on having a bit of an IT cluster in combination with that local produce. And we'll probably have a little bit of generic stuff too. And then it's the liberal arts university. Let me get over to education, wherever it is. Because we've got our trade school campus, we've got our liberal arts college, which we haven't unlocked yet because of our population requirement, but we're getting close. And then we have, of course, the regular university. But I think the liberal arts college would fit into kind of the feel of all of that. Not so much the agriculture and the farming, but the idea that this is going to be a green-focused city, a more modern city, that kind of stuff. Oh, and we've got the rain coming down. So, let's just keep Edenvale running for a bit. Does that actually show the water flowing faster and rougher because of the rain? Maybe. Interesting if it does. Oh, we're back to the abandoned buildings again. Please say education. There were no customers. Oh dear. What? No, it's not. It says it's abandoned. Oh no, there's another building hiding behind that one. Okay, worker education. You had no customers when you were right here. What were you? You were drugstore 2.0. Well, sorry. No customers usually means that citizens can't get to the business, but that, I mean, that could be indicative of our bus routes not being well. Could also be indicative of this area being so wackadoodly designed by me. But none of the other businesses seem to be suffering from it, so I find it odd that that one business didn't get enough customers. And, oh, well, we had an abandoned building issue over here. It looks like it just got replaced. But yeah, I don't think we're doing too bad. We're starting to get our demand back up, which is where I kind of like to see it. That way, when I start building again, it will fill in pretty quickly. Because there were no customers, really. And you're right over here near the high school. Yeah, you're actually right next to the high school. You should have had plenty of customers. Well, somebody else is building in already. A convenience store, alright. And you're some of the only commercial over here. I mean, there's this little bit that I think very well fits into this area since it's right on the inlet of the highway. Which actually, now that I look at it, I realize that I should not have let it build straight off of the main road, but one spot with commercial buildings off of the main road won't really hurt anything too badly. Yeah. So there we are. Next time I think I'm going to start working on some of the more unique industries, maybe get the fishing industry going, or possibly start just zoning out more area and letting some of this residential maybe flow into a new area over here. But I'll just have to see, because I do want to restructure this area a bit, just so that it isn't quite so generic looking. But anyway, that's going to be for next time. Alright, Chirper, what's going on? What a great city. I would think I'm dreaming if I didn't know otherwise. Lost Wallet, Dirty Factory, or farming is better than dirty factories. I love this city. They have free Wi-Fi over here. Hashtag returning tourist. Hashtag maybe moving in. That was from a body staying around for too long. We are still getting some abandonment issues, it looks like. Okay, that's still worker education was too low, but we have our university over here. Yeah, we're just not, it's not being utilized enough. Yeah. I'm definitely thinking some of the abandonment issues are more due to the education still being too low, not from lack of workers like those two random ones were. Where is... Okay, our high school capacity. I could do with another high school up here, but since I know I'm going to redo the area, I'm not going to bother. They just moved in, so that's going to take time for that to work. Elementary school. Yeah, not too bad over here. I feel like some of these are still red because of kind of the odd way up. Yeah, because... Yeah, it's definitely... Because if I turn this off where it doesn't show... where is education? Yeah, these are definitely red because of how I've designed this area. The school just isn't getting enough reach. Not like how these schools are on the grid system. Oh, the game likes grids. I did want to kind of get away from the overly standard grid to where you did have at least some variation, but the game just really seems to like these grids. How's our university? Well, we've got some highly educated people. You know, some of these people are doing pretty good as far as their adult education. Eligible. Oh, that's just eligible. That's not actually how many people are in there. Wait. Eligible capacity. Eligible capacity. Eligible 2,703. I have only one thing that acts as a university. Number of students 549. Okay, yeah, so I cannot necessarily trust this to tell me the number of students. Well, that's a little bit disheartening. I would have thought they would have included the number of students somewhere in this little graph area. Oh well. But let's go ahead and call it there for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was enjoyable. I hope you guys liked this. Let me know if you did or didn't, or again, any critiques that you might have, if you have any kind of corrective criticism, you know. Obviously nothing that's just, you know, screaming at me that, you know, this is, you know, telling me this is terrible doesn't really help, but I'm more than open to corrective criticism or ways that I could improve. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I have to head off to bed. I hope everyone else has a good, pleasant evening or pleasant day, depending on when you are watching this. A good morning, perhaps. But thank you so much, and I hope everyone does well and stays in good spirits, good moods, keeps healthy and safe. Thank you guys. Have a great evening.